What is that? Bruh.
Look, there's something flying through the air. What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that?
Yo, what the fuck?
Aliens!
You and I are looking forward to it because we had an uncertainty about, like, okay, well, what is this even about?
Perhaps it was about putting them in the right place at the right time to see this.
Look at that. And, you know, she looked up, we're like, wow, that's an aim?
Today we delve into an extraordinary event that has captured the attention of the world. In our video, Jesus appears in Gaza. Hundreds of Muslims convert. The incredible miracle. We explore a phenomenon that has left many in awe. What transpired in Gaza, where hundreds of Muslims reportedly converted after witnessing what they believe to be the appearance of Jesus? Join us as we uncover the mystery behind this miraculous occurrence and delve into the profound implications it holds. But before we delve deeper, make sure to hit that subscribe button, smash the thumbs up, and ring the bell to stay updated with the latest revelations from around the globe.
What's going on, bud? I'm talking about.
Yeah, you saw that shit now. I tried to tell you.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That fucking thing through the atmosphere.
That might be the Devil's Comet. They got something called the Devil's Comet.
Look that way.
In the heart of Jerusalem's old city lies the Church of the Holy Siler, a sanctuary steeped in history and spiritual significance. Recent events have ignited fervent discussion and stirred the depths of faith across religious communities worldwide. Could this be tangible evidence of the resurrection? A phenomenon that challenges the very fabric of belief. In a groundbreaking move, scientists were granted rare access to examine the site long believed to enshrine the tomb of Christ. As they cautiously ventured into the sacred space within the Church of the Holy Sealer, whispers of a sweet aroma permeating the air swirled among them, reminiscent of ancient tales of divine presence. While rumors of this olfactory phenomenon remain unverified, echoes of a similar occurrence dating back to 1809 lend credence to the possibility. Yet, it wasn't merely the scent that captured the attention of these scientific explorers. As they conducted their meticulous measurements, unsettling disturbances manifested in the form of electromagnetic anomalies. Instruments designed to probe the mysteries of the tomb faltered or ceased to function altogether when placed vertically upon the stone said to cradle the body of Christ. These disturbances, corroborated by reputable sources among the scientific team, cast doubt upon any notion of mere coincidence or fabrication. Antonia Moreau, a key figure in the investigation, emphasized the gravity of these findings. With reputations on the line, the notion of a publicity stunt pales in comparison to the weight of the evidence observed. Journalistic accounts further underscore the astonishment of the scientists as they uncovered unexpected details within the tomb, challenging preconceived notions and prompting deeper inquiry into the enigma that shrouds this holy site. But the marvels within the Church of the Holy Siler extend beyond the confines of scientific scrutiny. Each year, on Holy Saturday, a timeless tradition unfolds the miracle of the Holy Fire. This sacred event, unchanged in its occurrence and essence for centuries, captivates believers with its divine spectacle. Within the hallowed walls of the church, the Holy Fire ceremony unfolds, an awe-inspiring testament to the enduring presence of the divine. For generations, this tradition has endured, its sanctity preserved through the passage of time. The Church of the Holy Siler stands as a beacon of faith, its walls bearing witness to the miraculous and the profound. As we delve deeper into the mysteries that unfold within its sacred confines, we are reminded of the enduring power of belief and the unyielding presence of the divine. According to believers, the miracle of the Holy Fire unfolds within the sacred confines of the Church of the Holy Siler, a profound testament to the enduring presence of divine grace. It commences with solemnity as the Greek Orthodox Patriarch of Jerusalem enters the edicule, a small chapel believed to enshrine the tomb of Jesus Christ. Alone in the darkness, he fervently prays for the descent of the holy fire, a moment awaited by witnesses gathered outside the chapel. Suddenly, with no apparent source, flames ignite from the patriarch's hands, symbolizing the manifestation of the holy fire. This miraculous flame, believed to be imbued with divine properties, is then shared with the faithful, who eagerly use it to light their candles and lanterns. Remarkably, the fire is said to be cool to the touch and to possess healing qualities, serving as a tangible symbol of Jesus Christ's resurrection and the presence of God among his followers. Pilgrims from around the globe make the arduous journey to Jerusalem to bear witness to this extraordinary event and to receive the blessing of the holy fire. Its continuity and consistency over the centuries have confounded scientists and skeptics alike, who have struggled to provide a rational explanation for its occurrence. Despite efforts to debunk or replicate the miracle, it remains an enigma that inspires profound awe and devotion among believers. The origins of the holy fire trace back to a divine light that manifests on the marble slab covering the stone bed upon which Jesus' body was laid for burial. Though its nature defies conventional understanding, the holy fire is passed from candle to candle without causing harm, a phenomenon witnessed by countless pilgrims throughout history. In addition to the holy fire, other extraordinary phenomena have been reported, including lightning-like flashes above the shrine of the tomb of Christ and swiftly moving balls of light. From the anticipation building on Holy Friday afternoon to the climactic moment of the miracle, pilgrims gather in fervent anticipation, camping as close to the Church of the Holy Siler as possible, eager to bear witness to the manifestation of divine grace. Beginning around 11 a.m., Christian Arabs commence their traditional hymns with resounding voices, a practice that traces back to Jerusalem's Turkish occupation in the 13th century. During this era, Christians were restricted to chanting solely within churches. Their chants, accompanied by rhythmic drum beats, echo loudly as drummers perch on the shoulders of energetic dancers circling the revered Kaaba. However, by 1 p.m., these chants gradually taper off, ushering in a palpable silence charged with the imminent anticipation of a profound display of divine power for all to witness. Shortly after, a delegation from the local authorities maneuvers through the throng. In the time of Turkish rule in Palestine, these officials were Muslim Turks. Today, they represent Israeli authority. Their role mirrors that of the Romans mentioned in the Gospels during Jesus' time, the Romans who sealed Jesus' tomb to prevent his disciples from claiming his resurrection by stealing his body. Similarly, on Holy Saturday, Israeli authorities seal the tomb with wax as a symbolic act. Before sealing it shut, they enter the tomb following the ancient custom to ensure no hidden source of fire that could discredit the awaited miracle. To understand the nature of this miracle, consider the account of Patriarch Diodorus, who held the patriarchal office from 1981 to 2000. Typically, the miracle unfolds immediately after he recites prayers from the very stone upon which Jesus lay. An ineffable light emanates from this stone, often tinged with a blue hue but capable of transforming into various shades. Describing this light defies human language. It rises like mist from a lake, creating a luminous veil over the stone, yet it is not physical but ethereal. This light's behavior varies each year. Sometimes it engulfs only the stone, while other times it bathes the entire sepulchre, visible to onlookers outside. Remarkably, this light does not cause burns, even to the patriarch's beard after 16 years of receiving it. Its composition differs from ordinary fire, such as that in an oil lamp. At a certain point, the light ascends, forming a column with a distinct fire, enabling the patriarch to light his candles directly from it. Once lit, the candles illuminate brightly, symbolizing the miraculous flame's transfer. The patriarch then shares this flame with the Armenian and Coptic patriarchs, followed by distributing it to all present in the church. As he emerges with the radiant candles, a wave of jubilation reverberates through the congregation. The miracle transcends the physical confines of the tomb, becoming a spiritual beacon that unites believers in awe and reverence. Every year at the Church of the Holy Sepulchre in Jerusalem, The patriarch prays for the miraculous blue light that believers claim appears and ignites candles. This phenomenon is said to occur outside the tomb, where many faithful gather, holding candles in the hope that they will light spontaneously. Pilgrims often witness unlit oil lamps igniting by themselves, and the blue flame is seen moving to different places within the church. Numerous signed testimonies by pilgrims whose candles lit spontaneously attest to the authenticity of these ignitions. Experiencing the miracle up close, whether by having their candle ignited or by seeing the blue light, often leaves individuals profoundly changed. In the words of John 4:24, God is spirit, and his worshippers must worship in the spirit. And in truth, this reflects the essence of Christian faith, that salvation comes through Christ's sacrifice, not through idols or rituals. The enemy, often referred to as an angel of light, is a deceiver, and true salvation lies in believing that Jesus died for our sins and cleansed us with his blood. The Church of the Holy Sepulchre is one of the most significant sites in Christianity, traditionally believed to be where Jesus Christ was crucified, buried, and resurrected. It is thought to contain Calvary, or Golgotha, the site of Jesus' crucifixion, and the empty tomb, which is central to the resurrection narrative. Despite its importance, the exact location of Jesus' crucifixion, burial, and resurrection is a matter of debate. The Church of the Holy Sepulchre is a major Christian pilgrimage site, encompassing the last 4 stations of the cross on the Via Dolorosa in Jerusalem's Old City. However, doubts persist about whether this site truly marks Jesus' crucifixion and resurrection. Currently, the Church of the Holy Sepulchre is under a unique and complex arrangement of control known as the status quo, involving multiple Christian denominations. This arrangement, dating back to 1757, is symbolized by the infamous immovable ladder. To understand the significance of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, it's essential to delve into its history. According to traditional accounts, the church was built in the 4th century CE after Roman Emperor Constantine the Great legalized Christianity. He sent his mother, Helena, to search for Jesus' tomb in Jerusalem. Helena is said to have discovered the true cross and the site of Jesus' crucifixion near a tomb located at a pagan temple dedicated to either Jupiter or Venus. The temple was demolished, revealing a rock-cut tomb beneath, which was assumed to be Jesus' tomb. The Church of the Holy Sepulchre was then constructed over this site, and consecrated in 335 CE, originally named the Church of the Anastasis, meaning resurrection. Over the centuries, the church has endured significant damage and destruction. It was ravaged by earthquakes and destroyed by the Sasanian Empire, the then incarnation of the Persian Empire, in a fire in 614 CE. 16 years later, it was rebuilt. In 1009 CE, the Fatimid Caliphate ordered the church's destruction as part of a broader campaign against Jewish and Christian holy sites. However, it was subsequently rebuilt and redecorated. This cycle of destruction and restoration continued, with the most recent renovation occurring in 2022. Several locations claim to be the authentic tomb of Jesus, some even outside the Jerusalem region. Among the most well-known alternative sites is the Talpiot tomb, discovered in the 1980s in Jerusalem's Talpiot neighborhood. This tomb garnered attention due to the presence of a grave seemingly labeled Yeshua bar Yosef, which translates to Jesus, son of Joseph. However, this find is widely regarded as a coincidence, likely referring to another individual with the same common name, as the tomb appears to belong to a wealthy Judean family. The Church of the Holy Sepulchre's significance lies not only in its claimed association with Jesus' crucifixion and resurrection, but also in its enduring presence as a central place of worship and pilgrimage. It has witnessed centuries of devotion, conflict, and reconciliation, embodying the complex history and spiritual heritage of Christianity. While debates about its authenticity persist, the church remains a focal point for millions of believers worldwide, symbolizing the hope and faith central to the Christian narrative. In conclusion, the Church of the Holy Sepulchre's history, the miraculous occurrences reported within its walls, and its standing as a pilgrimage site underscore its importance in Christian tradition. The annual appearance of the blue light, the spontaneous ignition of candles, and the profound spiritual experiences of pilgrims highlight the church's unique role in fostering faith and devotion. Despite the ongoing debates about its historical accuracy, the church continues to inspire and transform believers, serving as a testament to the enduring power of faith and the shared heritage of the Christian community. Another significant tomb that some believe to be the authentic burial site of Jesus is the Garden Tomb, discovered in the 19th century in Jerusalem. This tomb predates Jesus and, despite presenting some issues regarding its location and history, is accepted by certain Christian denominations, particularly the Mormons and some evangelical Protestants. Some academics consider it the most likely location for Jesus' tomb. Nevertheless, the Church of the Holy Sepulchre remains the most widely accepted site, holding this status for over 600 years. The Garden Tomb is believed by some to be the correct site due to its alignment with the New Testament description of Jesus being crucified and buried outside Jerusalem's walls. Burials in ancient times typically occurred outside city walls, and crucifixion, a common execution method during the Roman Empire, was often conducted outside city boundaries as a public display and deterrent. According to the New Testament, Jesus was crucified at Golgotha, a site outside Jerusalem's walls, and subsequently buried in a nearby tomb. The Garden Tomb holds significant religious value for those who believe Jesus was buried there before his resurrection. The choice of location for Jesus' crucifixion and burial outside the city walls carries symbolic significance, demonstrating Jesus' identification with society's outcasts and marginalized. By being executed and buried outside the city, Jesus is seen as standing in solidarity with social outcasts and sinners. This location also fulfills Old Testament prophecies that foretold the Messiah would suffer outside the city gates, emphasizing the fulfillment of divine prophecy in Jesus' death and resurrection. The New Testament's account of Jesus' crucifixion and burial outside Jerusalem's walls is rich in both historical and symbolic significance. It underscores the nature of Jesus' mission and his connection with the marginalized, while also aligning with ancient prophecies. During Jesus' time, the old city of Jerusalem's walls did not extend as far as they do today, meaning that the site of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre would have been outside these walls. Archaeological evidence supports this, indicating that the second wall was constructed around the church later. As Jerusalem evolved, its cityscape underwent numerous changes and expansions, shaping the landscape we see today. The development of the second wall around the Church of the Holy Sepulchre highlights the significance of this religious site and its evolution over the centuries. During Jesus' era, Jerusalem's old city walls constrained the city to a smaller area, placing the Church of the Holy Sepulchre outside these walls. This positioning carried symbolic meaning, as religious sites often held importance beyond physical boundaries. Archaeological evidence further corroborates this historical context, showcasing the gradual expansion of Jerusalem's walls to encompass significant sites like the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. The evolution of the city's boundaries over time reflects the enduring importance of these sacred locations within the Christian tradition. While the Garden Tomb holds significance for certain denominations, and some academics consider it a possible location for Jesus' tomb, the Church of the Holy Sepulchre remains the most widely accepted site. Both locations carry profound historical and symbolic meanings, aligning with biblical accounts and prophecies. The ongoing debates about the true site of Jesus' burial highlight the rich tapestry of historical, archaeological, and religious narratives that continue to shape our understanding of these sacred spaces. The Church of the Holy Sepulchre, with its long-standing tradition and archaeological support, remains a central site of Christian pilgrimage and faith, reflecting the deep spiritual heritage and historical legacy of Jerusalem. These findings illuminate the architectural and urban development of ancient Jerusalem, offering deep insights into the cultural and religious landscape of the time. As the city expanded and evolved, so too did its religious and cultural significance. The construction of the second wall around the Church of the Holy Sepulchre signals a shift in priorities and an acknowledgement of the importance of this sacred site. It reflects the interplay between faith, history, and architecture in shaping Jerusalem's identity as a spiritual center. The changes in Jerusalem's city walls and the placement of religious sites like the Church of the Holy Sepulchre highlight the dynamic interaction between the physical and spiritual realms. These developments underscore Jerusalem's rich history and its enduring legacy as a place of profound religious and historical significance. Amidst the overwhelming information, Matthew's teaching reminds us to remain vigilant, for false messiahs and false prophets will appear and perform great signs and wonders to deceive, if possible, even the elect. See, I have told you ahead of time. So if anyone tells you, there he is, out in the wilderness, do not go out, or here he is, in the inner rooms, do not believe it. For as lightning that comes from the east is visible even in the west, so will be the coming of the Son of Man, Matthew 24:24-27. We believe what we choose to believe. When visiting the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, you might notice a peculiar sight, the immovable ladder. This single ladder has become a symbol of sorts, representing human folly and the persistent divisions and disputes within the Christian world. Proposed as the site of Jesus' death and resurrection, the Church of the Holy Sepulchre is one of Christianity's holiest places, attracting pilgrims since the 4th century. However, even this revered shrine has not escaped the quirks of human nature, vanity, pride, and envy. From its earliest days, Christianity experienced fragmentation, leading to numerous denominations and sects, each claiming to be the true followers of Jesus Christ. The most prominent of these groups fought bitterly over the centuries for control over holy sites in the Holy Land. During periods of Muslim dominance, the government, equally hostile to all Christian denominations, prevented any single sect from achieving dominance. This created a relatively stable, albeit tense, balance of power among the Christian factions. The Muslims maintained control by playing the various Christian factions against each other, ensuring no group became too powerful. This delicate balance persisted for many years, with occasional violent flare-ups but no significant shifts in power. Despite the challenges posed by Muslim dominance, the Christian communities in the region managed to survive and even thrive, often cooperating when necessary to resist external threats. As disputes continued, methods for gaining advantage became increasingly dubious, including bribery, blackmail, and the use of force. Today, the situation has settled into an uneasy status quo, a fragile compromise reached through the mediation of the Ottoman Empire and several European powers. The Church of the Holy Sepulchre is jointly managed by 6 denominations: the Greek Orthodox, Armenian Apostolic, and Roman Catholic churches, with lesser duties shared by the Coptic, Ethiopian, and Syriac Orthodox churches. The church is meticulously divided into sections, some shared while others are strictly controlled by a particular sect. A complex set of rules governs the transit rights of other groups through each section, creating a highly intricate system of coexistence. This arrangement often leads to disputes, especially during religious holidays. For instance, in November 2008, videos surfaced online showing a fistfight between Armenian and Greek monks over a territorial disagreement. Another example involves a small section of the church roof disputed between the Copts and Ethiopians. To assert their claim, a Coptic monk sits on a chair placed in a specific spot. One hot summer day, he moved his chair 20 centimeters into the shade, which was perceived as a hostile act and a violation of the status quo, resulting in a brawl that hospitalized 11 people. Such incidents highlight the challenges of maintaining this delicate balance of power. The state of perpetual tension makes any agreement on renovations or repairs nearly impossible, leading to the church's gradual decay. The famous immovable ladder is a bizarre consequence of this stubbornness, pushed to extremes. Sometime in the first half of the 18th century, someone placed a ladder against the church wall. Because of the complex and rigid division of responsibilities among the denominations, no one has been able to move it, and it remains there to this day. This ladder has become a powerful symbol of the divisions within Christianity, illustrating how even a sacred site like the Church of the Holy Sepulchre is not immune to human frailties. It underscores the ongoing struggles and the fragile peace that defines the church's management. Despite these conflicts, the Church of the Holy Sepulchre remains a central place of pilgrimage and devotion, reflecting the deep spiritual heritage of Christianity. The Church of the Holy Sepulchre in Jerusalem is steeped in mystery and reverence. One such enigma is a ladder, whose origins and affiliations remain unknown. No one is sure who placed it or which sect they belonged to. This latter, first evidenced in a 1728 engraving by Laris Horn, has not been moved since. The reason for its immobility lies in the delicate balance of religious harmony, where any alteration could provoke disputes among the sects. The church's doors have been under the guardianship of the Nuzibah family and the Jude family, both of whom are the oldest Muslim families in Jerusalem. This tradition, dating back to at least the 12th century, continues today with these families holding the keys to this sacred site, thought to house the tomb of Jesus Christ. Many visitors wonder if they can access this holy place. The answer is yes, entrance is free, although some parts of the church might be closed for ceremonies on certain days. Millions of tourists visit the church annually, seeking spiritual closeness to God. Our journey to Jerusalem brings us to the Temple Mount, where the golden dome of the rock stands out. This rock holds significant importance in Judaism, believed to be the creation site of Adam and the place where Abraham attempted to sacrifice his son Isaac. The divine presence of this site draws Jews who turn towards it in prayer. Nearby, the twin blue domes of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre mark the most sacred site in Christianity. This is where Christ was crucified and resurrected, originally outside Jerusalem on Mount Calvary or Golgotha. Inside the church, a staircase leads up to Calvary, the site of Jesus' crucifixion and the most elaborately adorned part of the church. Descending another staircase from this site brings us to the ambulatory, where Calvary has two chapels, one Greek Orthodox and the other Catholic. The Greek Orthodox chapel's altar is over the rock of Calvary, which is also the 12th station of the cross. Visitors can touch the rock through a special hole beneath the altar or view it through protective glass on both sides. Between the Catholic and Greek altars, a statue of Mary marks the 13th station of the cross. Upon entering the church, we encounter the stone of anointing, believed to be where Jesus' body was prepared for burial. The modern mosaic along the wall depicts the anointing, while lamps with candles and incense hang over the stone. Moving forward, we reach the Aedicule, a small chapel housing the Holy Sepulchre. It consists of two rooms. One holds the angel stone, thought to be a fragment of the stone that sealed Jesus' tomb, and the other is the tomb of Jesus. Since the 14th century, a marble plaque over the tomb protects it from damage caused by the numerous pilgrims. The Roman Catholic, Eastern Orthodox, and Armenian Apostolic churches all have rightful access to the interior of the tomb, where they hold Holy Massachusetts daily. From May 2016 to March 2017, the Aedicule underwent meticulous restoration and repair to ensure the structure's safety for visitors. This effort highlights the ongoing dedication to preserving the sanctity and integrity of this revered site. As we reflect on the significance of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, we are reminded of the deep historical and spiritual connections it holds for millions around the world.